Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of Living with Neuro Fibromatosis. Today is going to be a bit more of a downer episode instead of the two that I've done before, where I've been talking about different things that happened and making it sound good. Something happened while I was at work today, and it's made me realise that this is the topic I want to do for episode 3. So today's episode of Living with Neurofibromatosis is on the topic of unneeded and unwanted comments. Obviously, growing up with neurofibromatosis and having my first surgery when I was so young, I've lived my entire life getting unwanted comments and just basically unnecessary comments about my appearance from a lot of people. And as you get older, you start to sort of realise, okay, maybe kids and stuff are going to comment, because the kids, they don't understand, they don't realise what they're seeing. To all they're seeing is someone who looks a bit different. Okay, they'll make a comment or they'll stare or something. They don't mean any harm by it. They're just being kids. They're being curious about it. It's when adults and people who are old enough to know better, like 13 onwards, feel the need to comment and say mean, hurtful and unnecessary things. Today at work, a lady came in and she said she didn't want to sound mean, and I get she didn't want to sound mean, but still it was unwanted and unnecessary comment. She was looking at me while I was serving her, and she just said in the most sincere voice ever, "What happened to your face, or were you just born like that?" And I just stopped what I was doing, because I couldn't. I act like I can be confident. I can be confident all the time. I can be one of the most confident people you've ever met. But when people remind me that I look different, it breaks me. Because when I'm out with my friends and I'm at work with my colleagues and with my friends at work, and I'm just out living my life, I sometimes forget that I look different. And then you get reminded. So anyway, she came in and she said to me, "Oh, so what happened to your face? Were you born with it?" And like that. And anyway, I basically just said to her, because she'd asked, instead of staring and being nasty about it, she'd asked. So I just said to her, "No, I had a tumour removed. It used to be quite big. I had it removed and it damaged my face." And she went, "Oh, all right then. Yeah, you but people are going to make comments about it, aren't they? And I was just wondering, that's all." And in my mind, I was just thinking, all right, you don't need to keep bringing it up. You've asked now. I've told you the answer. That's fair enough. And then she tried to reconcile it by saying, "Oh, I bet your girlfriend digs your face, though. I bet your girlfriend likes it." And then obviously I just said to her, "Yeah, I don't have a girlfriend." And she looked really embarrassed, and I felt sort of bad for her because she looked so embarrassed. But in a way, I was also kind of happy, because I was like, right, well, that's sort of what you get. There's no need to come into a place of work and ask the person serving you your food and doing their best to try and make you have a pleasant experience, what's wrong with your face. Yes, I look different. I know I look different. I've been told that pretty much every single day of my life since my first surgery. And it's just some of the things that people can come out with are just so hurtful and unnecessary. I've been called everything. I mean, someone, when I was at university, someone pointed at me and said, "Look, he's got a light bulb in his chin." And tried to literally grab me and say, "Look, he's got a light bulb in his chin." But I just backed away and I said, "Look, mate, just fuck off, alright? I don't need this." And then he started taunting me more because he could see it got to me. And this guy was in at least his 30s. And I just don't get why so many people have to be so nasty about it. I mean, okay, I'm older, I'm 24 now. Someone can say something to me and yes, okay, I can accept that. I can just go, all right, They're taking the mick. I'm old enough. Okay, yeah, I look different. Let's have a joke. Imagine if you saw a kid, little kid about 5 or 6 or 7, or any older than that, or just a child, and you said something like that to him. Absolutely fucking destroy them. And that's what it's been like growing up with neurofibromatosis, having the comments. When I was a child, I still mentioned this in my last video, just after one of my first surgeries, we went to a place in Chaddington that used to be a restaurant, but it had like a ball area for the kids and stuff, slides and little ball area. And as I went in there, there were 2 lads already in there, so I go in acting all happy as kids do, and one of them looked at me and went, "Get out." Straight up, "No, you can't play in here." And I said, why not? And he said, "We don't let freaks play in here. We don't let people like you play in here. Fucking get out." So, alright, I was just like, oh, as a kid, I didn't understand that they were being nasty. I just thought, oh, alright, maybe they just don't want me in here, I'll go and leave. And as I turned to leave, the other one put his hands on the climbing frame that was in there, jumped up and kicked me right where I'd had the surgery. And I must have only had it done maybe 2 weeks prior. But he got me with his foot right square where I'd had it done. And I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand why he did that. Obviously, I was crying because it hurt. But just because I looked different, they said I couldn't play there and they kicked me in the face. And that was the first time that anybody had ever called me a freak. That was the first time I'd ever been made to feel this big just because of the way that I looked. And ever since then I've had it. This lad used to bully me all the time round here where my grandma lived. He was a big fat lad. Fat as anything as you'd ever seen. But I'd never say to him, "Oi, fatty, what's going on? Why are you so big and fat? Oh, fatty boy." But every time I walked past, he'd stand in front of me and he'd look at me, he'd get this close to me and he'd say, "Where's half your face gone, freak?" And when I try and walk past, he'd move and stand in front of me again and say, "Talk to me, freak. Where's half your face gone?" And again, I used to get terrified to want to go to my grandma's because I was terrified that he was going to be there waiting by the side of the shops, waiting for me. He used to threaten to beat me up because of the way that I looked. And he used to say the same thing. "I don't like freaks being round here. Don't want you round here. Fuck off or I'll batter you," he used to say. And even at school, when you have friends around and you feel safe where you are, there are still people who just want to comment on it. Someone I went to school with, I was at my locker one day and he rammed into me and went, "Oh, sorry, didn't see you there." And when I eventually asked him one day, "What is your problem with me?" he just pointed at my face and said, "That is." Growing up from the age of 4 or 6 or however old I was when I had my first surgery, knowing that people were going to say stuff like that to me, it's what caused me to shun myself away from the world. A lot of the time when I was younger, and even still now a little bit now that I'm older, I want to shut myself away from the world because I'm terrified of what people are going to say. And I know that I shouldn't care. I know that they're just small-minded people who can't see past the end of their own nose. And I say to my mum, and I want to be brave for my mum, I want to be able to say to her, it doesn't bother me. But when people look at me like I'm nothing, look at me like I'm a freak, it destroys me, guys. It still hurts so much. I mean, I can say to people all the time, no, it doesn't bother me. I've had it all my life. It's fine. I can put up with it. When I get alone, I sit down and I cry. I sit down and I huddle myself in a corner and wonder what the point is. I've gone through depression because of the way that I look, because of the way that others treat me, because of the way that I look. It's just unwanted, and I want to be so brave, and I don't want to be afraid to go out because I know that my mum and my stepdad and my family just want what's best for me. But when all you get is people doing this, and then whispering to the mates and pointing with the mates, and the mates can laugh and point along with them, it makes you not want to go out. Now, I've not even got it worse. There are so many people who have neurofibromatosis worse than me, and they're covered in lumps, and they've had thousands of surgeries or no surgeries, and they could look horrible. If I was out, would I point and say, look at that freak, don't she look horrible, or don't look evil? No. Because it's horrible. But today, it just got to me. I went to my manager and said, can I have 5 minutes? Can you jump on tills for 5 minutes? She didn't mean anything by it, but a customer has just said something about my face, and it's really put me in a downward mood now. And for the rest of the day, I was in such a down mood, I just didn't want to do anything. Obviously, I got on with my work, but as soon as I got home, I just huddled on my bed and I cried again. Another night where I had to huddle myself and cry because someone is so small-minded, they don't think, oh, maybe I shouldn't comment. I was 6 years old the first time someone called me a freak. And I've had that pretty much every single day for the rest of my life. I know I look different. I know this side of my face looked paralysed. One woman in a shop once said to me, have you had a stroke or something? Is that why that face is all droopy? Unwanted and unnecessary. I'm a person. I look different, yeah, but I'm no different to anyone else. And it hurts me when people think it's alright to mock me just because of the way that I look. I went to watch The Greatest Showman at the cinema where I work just a few days ago. And there's a line from one of the songs that really touched me. And I'm going to say it now so that everyone watching this knows that no matter what you say to me, no matter how much it may affect me, this is how I feel about myself. Look out, Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, and I make no apologies. This is me.